Do you know democracy was long in Africa before Europe? After Europe came and reintroduced their own version of democracy, we started having dictators and long-serving leaders that remain in power till today, and actually doing nothing for the people, only their pocket and their family. Let me take you back. Long before the arrival of colonialism, the Oromo people of Ethiopia had one of the most advanced democratic systems in the world. It is called the gadaa system. For centuries, power was not inherited, it was not seized by force, it was transferred peacefully every 8 years. Leaders were chosen based on wisdom, ability, and service to the people. The gadaa system created balance. No man ruled for life. No leader could stay in power forever. Leadership rotated among different age sets, guaranteeing accountability and preventing dictatorship. Even UNESCO has recognized the gadaa system as one of humanity's greatest democratic heritages. This proves something the world does not want to admit. Africa had democracy long before Europe, but then came colonialism. When Europe occupied Africa, they destroyed indigenous governance systems and imposed their own structures. They redefined leadership to serve their interest, not the people's interest. And after independence, instead of returning to our African models of rotating leadership, many states adopted European-style democracy. But it was democracy only in name. In reality, it became the age of the lifelong ruler. Look at Africa's post-independence history. In Togo, General Gnassingbé Eyadema seized power in 1967 and remained president until his death in 2005. That is 38 years in power. In the former Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mobutu Sese Seko came to power in 1965 after a coup, and he ruled until 1997. That is 32 years of one-man rule. In Gabon, Omar Bongo took office in 1967 and remained in power until 2009, a staggering 41 years of rule. In Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe became prime minister in 1980, then president in 1987, and he clung to power until he was forced to resign in 2017. That is 37 years in total. And in Cameroon, Paul Biya has been president since 1982. Today, over 40 years later, he is still in power, making him one of the longest-serving leaders in the entire world. This is not the democracy our ancestors knew. This is not the democracy of the gadaa system. What we see today is a broken imitation, designed during colonial rule and manipulated by leaders who fear to leave power. The tragedy is that what Africa once pioneered, true democracy with rotation, accountability, and community participation, was stolen, replaced, and corrupted. Our history proves that democracy is not a Western gift. It was part of Africa long before Europe even defined the word. But today, democracy in Africa has been reduced to elections that only legitimize dictatorships, while leaders sit in office until death removes them. If we are to move forward, we must remember what the gadaa system teaches. Leadership is service, not ownership. No one should rule forever. No one should cling to power until the grave. Africa had democracy before the West, and until we return to our own wisdom, we will continue to suffer under the weight of dictators who were never part of our original story.